Well, I looked over there. Hello, everyone. Camera's there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. I hope you are all well. Dope's got a coffee. Coffee? 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 There'll be people going, really? Coffee? You couldn't do better than coffee. It's Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve. Wowzer. Where's this year gone? Where? Not even joking. Where's this week? Where's this year gone? Hello, Karen. I want to go into the chat. Hello, Tales of Life. Haven't seen you for a while, my friend. I hope you're all well. Hello, Lee. Don't usually do all this. Hello. But it's Christmas, isn't it? It's Christmas. So we've got to do something a bit different. Mrs. Harsh has got a cuppa. Mrs. Harsh ain't well. So we need a bit of sympathy for Mrs. Harsh. Mrs. Harsh will be joining me on a live at some point over the festive season. I'm just got to change this mic because this mic on a live is terrible. For some reason, on the program it's telling me it's kind of about halfway up the bar. On the mic indicator here, it's telling me it's clipping and it's quiet. So normally when I do like a recorded video, you can obviously tweak it in post-production. When you edit it, you can raise the old volume up, but I can't do that live. So I've got to sort out another mic, and I've got to order another audio interface. Because the idea will be in 2025 to go completely live. Now, it doesn't mean that every video is going to be an hour long. The idea will be that throughout the day, I'll do multiple lives that will be sort of the same length, and then we'll do the longer lives on a Wednesday and on a Sunday. So, yeah, it will just make things a little bit quicker, because if you don't know anything about content creation, trust me, I can do a video that's 8 to 10 minutes long, and it genuinely takes about 2 hours. You've got to film it, then you've got to send it from, like, I'll film it through this program, Ecamm. I'll then send it to either Final Cut on the laptop to edit it, or I'll send it to my phone to edit it through the program on there. Then you have to physically edit it. Then you have to reformat it and then either send it to my phone to upload if I'm going to be leaving the house, or I'll send it off the computer to YouTube, which then sends it up. Then it has to render it into 4K because all of my videos are 4K. And that can take a long time. That's without commenting. That's without anything. So it's mental. So even though you get to see kind of a finished video that's 9 minutes long or whatever, there's about 2.5, 3 hours work in total gone into it. And if you're doing 3 a day, but doing lives where I can embed everything into the recording, it'll just make it quicker. Just make it quicker, a lot quicker. But the idea, this will be a bit more of an interactive live where we talk with you guys in chat. Also be interested to find out if there's anybody who is spending Christmas on their own. Is there anybody in chat who, they don't have family, and they will be on their own. And also, check this out. Hair reveal. I've cut all my hair. Cut all my hair, look. Because I had enough of long hair, so I cut it. Cut it. It takes time and shit. Yeah, it does. Absolutely. So yeah, Merry Christmas, Carol. Merry Christmas. And this is mine. This is not tea. This is mine. And it's not eggnog either. Fuck eggnog. That's what we got, look. That's what we got. Proper decanter. That's my house. Get well soon. Yes. I'll be on my own. Someone's on their own. Who else is on their own? Someone else. My hair, I had to cut it. It fucking crazes me. My hair crazes me. I'll cut it and it's like it needs cutting all the time. I should be going bald by now. I'm like 44 years old. 44, and my hair just won't go away. Do you know what I mean? If this pic is with Liam at the Qatar, the one where he has his jumper on and talking to a chick with black hair, supposedly an argument that looks very much like Lulu. I have not seen it yet. I've tried to keep away from it. When I'm sick, I drink peach tea with honey. Peach tea. I'm not a tea lover. Mrs. Harsh loves tea. Me, not so much. Me not so much. Mrs. Harsh can't function without tea. Probably like a lot of you females in there can't really start the day without either a tea or a coffee. But it's been a year, innit? It's been a proper year. And he says, "Be happy you still have it." I'm not though, because it's a pain in the arse. It is a pain. Mrs. Harsh, I'm not that fussy, to be fair, dope, but normally buy Tetley. Yeah. I don't think that's what you're drinking at the moment, though. I don't think. Shells sent in the super sticker. Thank you very much, Shells. Bless you. That's very kind of you. I will say, just in case I do a JB Gunner and drink that and then pass out. No, I'm joking. I will say, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and obviously a prosperous 2025. Obviously, we've got a lot happening in 2025. Well, I say a lot. We've got the Idaho trial, if it gets that far, but we'll talk about that in a bit. We've got, hopefully in the beginning part of the year, we may see some movement on the Liam Payne situation. Obviously, they've had these discussions now, and the prosecutor's got 10 days to come back with some focus on what's going to happen moving forward. We've got Katie is with Brian at the moment. They are doing a live, which we'll talk about tomorrow. It might be that Brian jumps on here. I don't know. He might jump in the chat afterwards. Again, we'll see how that goes. But that's obviously going to chuck the cat amongst the pigeon as Katie goes public with her story about what happened to her. But there we go. But we've had quite a year, haven't we? We've had quite a year of it. Lynn's got 13 grandchildren. Wowza. I'm quite thankful that I am. Ken says 100k this year. Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely hit 100k. I've never been one for numbers, though. Do you know what I mean? You can get caught up in all the numbers. And even though, you want... I think it can be a little bit... How can I say it? You can focus too much on the numbers. And when you get into this headspace that you've got to get the number, you forget about the people. And what I've always wanted to do is have a proper community. I want us to be like a family, do you know what I mean? Where we talk about stuff. So I'll see something, and think, like the Liam Payne case, for instance, or the Idaho 4, we'll see something, and I want to have an opinion on it. And like you'd normally go down the pub and have a chat. Did you see this? That's what this is. This is a place for us to kind of come together and have a proper chat. And the only way you can do that is to form a relationship with people. And you can't do that if you're just focused on numbers. Do you know what I mean? And I don't worry about anything else. I've just got to put this type of content out because this type of content feeds into the number, or go in a certain way, a certain narrative. Like I did a video earlier today, which was kind of talking about plunder. And I just thought, do you know what I mean? Was that today or was that yesterday? I can't even fucking remember. I don't even know what day it is. I think I need someone to get me a calendar. I think I need a calendar or some sort of organizer. That's what I think. That's what I think I need. An organizer of some description, so I at least know what day it is. I don't know. There's a lot of people talking about how many children and grandchildren they've got. Thankfully, we're in a position where I was talking to Sienna the other night. Sienna is as anti-children as you'll get. So that saved me. Freya, I don't think she's another one pretty anti-children. So we're quite safe at the moment. Myself and Mrs. Harsh are grandchild free, and as we approach sort of 50, that's a good place to be. It's a good place to be. I know grandparents, it's a little bit different because you can have the children and then you can hand them back. In fact, you can probably... I think that's a way a lot of grandparents get their children back, by revving them up. They might fill them full of chocolate or stuff and really wind them up and then send them back and be like, yeah, cheers. Good one. We have 17 grandkids. Robin, that is mental. That is absolutely mental. 17. 3 grandsons under 5. See, 2 are 3. I think that's alright, isn't it? 17. What do you do at Christmas? Apart from take out another mortgage on the house. Christmas is getting ultra expensive. Like, ridiculously expensive. It's mental. Sammy's got 2 children, no grandchildren, because I'm still so young. Make the most of it, because time goes bosh. See you later. Plunder. I struggle after 100 subs to keep up with the comments. I had 3,000 but got banned for giving Dan O'Keefe relentless beef. Still hasn't mentioned the video 4 months. I didn't realise you got banned, mate. I didn't realise you got banned. But you're back up there. You're getting back up there, which is good. See, you have got to be careful. You got to be careful what you do. That's the thing. I think you get away with a bit more when you're a bit bigger on the platform. You can get away with it. But, yeah, I say that. There's certain things that will get you kicked. Like, Plunder had got kicked off previously. She'd got demonetised and had to remove a lot of her content. But, yeah. But what have we had this year? Where did it start? It started with the Idaho 4, didn't it? Obviously, it was already before. But I'm just trying to think of, like, the big cases of this year. We obviously had... the Idaho 4. We had... It's so commercialised. It's a fucking joke, mate. Well, when I was in retail, we didn't really care. They didn't really care. It's funny when, like, I know like the likes of Cheryl. Like, Cheryl's in retail. There'll be some other people in retail. I was in retail management for over a decade. And companies don't give a fuck about it. They don't give a fuck. It's obviously all about sales, because the company I worked for, they done pretty much half of their annual turnover at Christmas, in like the 2 months around Christmas. So Christmas was like real focused on that, and the company I worked for was one of the biggest in Europe. Like, properly one of the biggest. In fact, they had the biggest advertising, but they had a record for spending the most on advertising than any other retail company. End them with the UFOs, yeah. End them with the UFOs. Apparently we've seen them in the UK. I'll have a look in a sec. I'll have a look. And we've also got this one, haven't we? We've also got, don't forget, this is the big one at the moment. And I just want to dip into chat about this and see what people's thoughts and feelings are over this Luigi Mangione, whatever his fucking name is. What's the general thoughts and feelings on this guy? So this report here: CEO killing suspect pleads not guilty to state terror and murder charges. I just want to get a feel for the vibe, what people are saying. If you see me looking off camera, by the way, that's because I've got like the back of chat up here. And then on this screen down here, I've got the actual chat that goes with the recording software, so I can ping things up. But I'm trying to see which one. I think the back, this one up here, runs a bit quicker. Yeah, slightly. Not a lot. It's pretty much bang on. But yeah, I just want to kind of get people's feelings for this guy and what people are saying. Zoe Whitaker, my dad was a manager for Morrison's and he had to sort out our two women fighting over the last turkey. I bet, I can imagine. So, some of the things I saw was nuts, mate. Some of the things I saw was nuts. I actually was a store manager for DFS Furniture, the company with the never-ending sale. I ran a couple of their stores. I ran for them. I think I was the youngest store manager in DFS Furniture. So undecided about him and what I'm hearing. Yeah, what they saying? I'm just want to keep an eye on what people are saying. That guy isn't the same guy as the shooter. So there's some people who don't think it's the same person. He deserves whatever punishments he gets. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think they've got the. I do think they've got the right guy. Definitely, I do think they've got the right guy. Louis Mangione. No doubt, I've crucified that. The suspect in the fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson on a busy sidewalk in Midtown Manhattan. The hearing marked Mangione's first opportunity to formally address the accusations brought by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. There is no conspiracy with it. Yeah, I don't think there is, to be fair. I don't think there's anything untoward here. This was just someone who's obviously his mum had gone through some stuff. She was going through some pain, and flipped out. It's a difficult one, isn't it? You know that there's going to be sympathisers to his cause. You know that because there are people who have lost people because of failings of the system. And it does piss people off. You know, people who have been around this channel long enough will know, I've lost family members because of failings in the system. You know, my own mum, her death, you could say, was hugely contributed to by failings of the system itself. Even though there was some sort of intricacies to her issues, ultimately her final days were kind of, affected by the system. So certain people will get affected by it. I've followed you for over a year or so, want to say. You are my absolute favourite person. You tell it like it is, you're honest, you don't BS us or tell us what we want to hear. And that, Tam, thank you very much for saying so. That is kind of both a good thing and a bad thing, which Mrs. Harsh will tell you. Mrs. Harsh will tell you that, sadly, and like I say, in some walks of life, that is brilliant, but I don't have any filter. I do not lie. I'm brutally honest. Like you say, I tell it as it is, but that's not always good in walks of life. Where some people will know that sometimes you've got to kind of say certain things or avoid saying certain things. Do you know what I mean? To be right, I don't do that. I'll tell you exactly as it is what I think, and yeah, it's like rolling the dice. Fuck it. But you know what you get with me. He wanted to be a man, then he a man, own what you did, face your punishment. Yeah, there you go. And that's what it boils down to. He had an issue, he did it, and that's it. Sammy says, I'm her favourite. Thank you very much, Sammy. Thank you very much. Because there's a lot. Did you know something, right? I didn't know this, right? Here's a statistic for you. Did you know that in terms of, I think it was with respect of channels who are over 100,000 subscribers, I think it's something like 0.07 or 0.06% of channels. It's mad, isn't it? 0.06 or 0.07. Ken Dalton, that's why I came to this channel. I'm the exact same as you. And look, you'll know exactly what I mean, Ken. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. But, I'm just brutally honest. Lisa says, I prefer straight up. You know where you are, no messing about. That's it. I don't know whether Mrs. Harsh has passed out. I was waiting for her to pipe up and say something. I admire those qualities. I'm similar, but I do know when to shush it. You see, where you know when to shush it, I don't. Now, I've got better. I have got a bit better. Like, I've recently... there we go. Yeah, I've got better at understanding how my actions could affect Mrs. Harsh, for instance, because she's genuinely the only person who I care about apart from the children, obviously, but seldom do anything that I do affect them. But, I don't, I do consider what, if my actions would affect her directly. But that's it. So I am, but I don't have a very good mental break. I will literally say it how it is. So yeah, he's basically pleaded not guilty. So this is kind of where we've ended, innit? Apart from, like some people said, the UFOs, which we'll talk on in a second. Maybe Mrs. Harsh can tell us about how honest she was. She did just say, mate, she said she'll know. She will tell you. I ain't got to worry about that. Like I say, I am brutally honest. And obviously Brian Coburg, which from a news perspective, there isn't a lot happening. We know there's some docs slipping in. We know there's some docs snipping in, but there isn't much happening on that front. Obviously, the overall crowd is divided, absolutely divided in terms of there's people who think he's guilty, there's people who think he's not, and tales of life, tell it like it is, which is what I do try to do. I do just try to tell it as it is. Maggie says, I came to your channel because you were the only one I found who didn't buy the BS around Liam Payne's death. I knew something is iffy, but most fans are very young and don't understand a lot of it. I think it's like everything, do you know what I mean? It is like everything, and I think the important thing is to show a willingness to question things. I'll come back to this Liam Payne thing in a minute about sort of Kate Cassidy. I'll stick a pin in that for a second. Ken, it doesn't matter where he is or who he's talking to, he will always be honest. Yeah, and like I say, it's not always good. It ain't always good. But it is what it is. What was I saying? I completely forget what I was saying. What are you drinking? This is Captain Morgan Spice Rum. I forgot because earlier on eggnog. Fuck off. Can you remember that? Yeah. I will do a Alex. She did email me. We are going to do something in the new year. It's just this Christmas. With it being Christmas, has made things a little bit difficult, isn't it? A little bit difficult. Sammy is over Kate Cassidy. The problem is now, it's like here, right? With respect of Kate Cassidy, this is all now going to be managed. She will have people who are telling her what to do, what she can do, what she can't do. I do understand she's in a difficult position because she's kind of damned if she does and she's damned if she doesn't. But the situation just it bugs me because I just think you left him. Do you know what I mean? You left him. Why did you leave him? And if this has been something that has been going on for a really long time, which is kind of what Rogelio Norris is trying to suggest, that he was in and out of fucking rehab, he was being, he was being resuscitated for fuck's sake. Why was so his missus was continuing to take 35 grand a month off him? and then go to Argentina, watch him hook up with fucking Brian, and Rogelio, and she just thought, fuck it, I'm off. Do you know what I mean? That's not somebody who loves somebody. It just ain't, and I just feel uncomfortable with it. And in the aftermath, everything she's done since has been very, it seems to be controlled. Someone's in the background sort of pulling the strings. I'm drinking Ovaltine, the hard stuff. Oh, that brings back some memories. Ovaltine. Ken Dalton says, I've never tried eggnog, but someone told me it's very like those little snowball drinks. I loved them as a kid. My grandfather always gave me one. What was it that I ended up with? I wanted to get it, but I couldn't find it. So I ended up getting something else that was supposed to be like the alternative to it. And that was pretty rank. That was pretty rank. Someone says, yeah, she's not showing she no, and that's what we want to see. Even in not being funny, right? But you would hit the roof when you're seeing these attacks, constant attacks. Even if you don't want to say anything about what happened and what you know, the very least you would want to do is to attack media and say, do you know what? Fucking wind it in a bit. Do you know what I mean? Every single article is just a gut punch to him. Do you know what I mean? It's another day, another gut punch. He did this, he did that. And do you know what I mean? And why hasn't she come out as an influencer who apparently loved him and was going to marry him? Why hasn't she come out and challenged the media and said, look, why is it that all of you are just out there and just sucker punching him every day? The fact that she has said nothing just leads me to believe that she is avoiding putting herself in a position where the focus is upon her. And when she is seen, it's in this sombre, controlled environment where she just looks sad, she looks down, so people can look at her and feel sorry for her. And I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. Maybe that's because I have a problem with trusting anybody, but yeah, I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. What I'll do, I'll flip that up, and then I'm gonna go up to here. And I'm gonna search this, and see what that brings up. News. So here we go. Let's get this up. I agree. Let's bring this. So this is where we'll talk. We'll just touch on the Jay Slater case as well, because what's going on with the Jay Slater case? Nothing. Absolutely fuck all. Weird case. Messed up. Loads of dodgy people, but there is nothing happening. Nothing happening with it. But this is what we got. So UFOs. Here's what the US government. Gainer Rands has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Gainer. That's very, very kind. Who got them? Let's have a look. Because I Can, Kelly T, Victorine, as Redhead, and Pat Lanks Lash UK all got gifted memberships. The way to get gifted memberships, by the way, is pretty much to be active in chat. Keep being active in chat. The more you're active, the more chance you get bumped up to the top of that list. That seems years ago. Yeah, that's because the time flies, man. Time absolutely flies. Let's have a look. So what they might not be telling us, on 13th of November 2024, 4 witnesses appeared before the Joint Subcommittee on Oversight and Accountability of the U.S. Congress for a session of testimony about so-called UAPs, which is the new term, the rebranding of UFO. It's to because of the stigma around the term UFO, you immediately think of what? Mulder and Scully. So they've done this UAPs, which is very close to OAPs. So this is the necessary rebrand. People spouting those 3 letters in the past were hardly seen as credible or worthy of testifying in front of the US government. The 4 witnesses were the former commander of the US Naval Meteorology and Oceanography Command, Rear Admiral Dr. Tim Gallaudet, retired director of the Pentagon's former Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, Louis Elizondo, investigative journalist Michael Schellenberger, and former NASA Associate Administrator Michael Gold. The 4 submitted written testimony ahead of the hearing. Well, if we can go to Mars, aliens can come here too. Abso-fucking-lutely. I think you'd have to be, like, I don't know how you guys feel about aliens. My thought process with it is, I think you'd have to be naive to think that in the vastness of space, that there is absolutely nothing else out there. The only things that are out there is us. Think how massive space is. And we're just the only ones there. I can't buy that either. I can't buy it. But anyway, so Schellenberger also filed an allegedly original document from an unnamed whistleblower about a program called Immaculate Constellation, an acknowledged special access program for top-level oversight of UAP-related activities. The footage, filmed in June 2023, claims to show a line of UFOs in the sky. The document referred to an alleged extensive database of high-quality evidence collected over a series of decades, all of which had previously evaded the democratic scrutiny of Congress and most of the executive. An earlier hearing was held on 26th of July 2023 with former US Navy pilots testifying to events like the encounter with the famous Tic Tac object and the FLIR, forward-looking infrared video from the 2004 USS Nimitz encounter, as well as the Go Fast and Gimbal videos from the 2015 USS Roosevelt incident. Early reports of UAP UFO sightings date back to the 1940s, and according to some, even centuries before that. UFO sightings, see, they're going back to UFO, it's UAPs, come in waves. Also appear to come in waves. They tried to say about this, right, when they said about UFO sightings came in waves, but what they tried to say to discount it was always about when there's a big film that suggest, like Independence Day, for instance. So you'll have like a film that specifically looks at UFOs and aerial phenomenon, and then you'll get a spike in reported sightings of UAPs. So for a long time they've put it down to that. You know, people see something in the sky after watching Independence Day and immediately it's like, see an alien. So Roswell incident. But this recent surge in interest regarding government secrecy was triggered in 2017 thanks to a New York Times article. This caused the US Congress to take bipartisan interest in uncovering the extent to which the US government intelligence agencies had withheld information about sightings. They committed to provide transparency to the American public. See, I don't know how I feel about this. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how I feel about it because I think that the government won't tell the public anything, and this is just my opinion, the government won't tell people anything unless there's a benefit to telling the public something. So I think from a UFO, UAP perspective, what is the benefit to telling the public? And the only thing that I can think about is the only benefit is that it keeps them occupied so other things can go on that they may not focus on. Now, I'm not saying that UFOs, UAPs, whatever, don't exist, because again, like I say, the vastness of space, I think you'd have to be quite naive to think that we are the only things out there. But equally, I don't understand why the government would give information to the public unless there was something in it for them. And what is in it for them? I don't know. Unless something's going to come out, so they want to get ahead of it, so they can turn around and say, well, we were telling you. I don't know. Might talk about like space and stuff. Like literally my favourite film is Interstellar, for instance. What we got? Let's go. Let's have a look in chat and see where we are. What we got? A Starlink train is an amazing sight to see. Yeah, I had a video of it. I took a video of the Starlink satellites. I was in the garden and I didn't know what it was. Literally like a straight line going right over the top of me. And I meant to keep it on my phone. I think I sent it to someone. Who did send it? I think I sent it to Dope. Didn't I send it to you, Dope? Because, like I say, I had it on my phone. It literally went straight over my head. But now I've lost it. But yeah, that was quite a crazy sight. I'm just trying to keep an eye on chat. I feel sorry for Bear when he grows up and sees all of this about his daddy. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's a bit disgusting at the minute. It is a bit disgusting, I must say. It is a bit... when the media turns, they really do... I think I still have the video. Yeah, did I send it to you as well? If I did, I'll put it in one of the videos. I can't remember if I put it in one. I don't think I did. My favourite film is Sphere. That is a different alien film. I've heard of that. I think I have watched it. I think I have seen that, Sphere. I like a lot of like obviously the alien films and aliens. We watched that Alien Romulus the other night. That's quite good. I didn't think it was going to be quite good, but yeah, it was good. I made it. Like I say, this is a bit more of an easy-going life. This is like a Christmas, have a drink, have a chat. Mrs. Harsh has it. See behind a great man is a greater woman. Well, absolutely. Absolutely. Mrs. Harsh, it was amazing. I'd never seen it before. Yeah, that was crazy. Like I say, when you don't know what it is, it's a bit mad. Because like I say, I just literally walked out in the garden and it was bright as well, like proper bright. In fact, yeah, I remember sending it to Mrs. Harsh now, and I think she couldn't see because her brightness was turned down on her phone. So she just thought I'd sent her a picture of the sky with nothing in it. If I remember rightly. And I had to turn the brightness up so you could see it. Signs is a good film. Signs, Ken. Good. That is a good film. I'm trying to think what else. Like I say, Interstellar. Interstellar is literally my favourite film. It's a brilliant film. If you haven't seen Interstellar, watch that film. It's good. I think that was the ISS Harsh. It was literally like an entire row. It was it was definitely Starlink. Yeah. What do we got in chat? How long have we been going for? Like I say, I don't want to keep you guys too long. It was just a chance to get on and say Merry Christmas. Find out if there's anybody who's sort of on their own at Christmas, just to give a shout out to them. We've got 2025 coming up. Cheryl as well. Thank you very much, Cheryl's very kind. Merry Christmas to the aliens. That's very kind of you. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. See, I didn't think a lot to that film. Close Encounters. We could be between love Interstellar. Yeah, it's brilliant. Interstellar is on another level. Now, Mrs. Harsh, not so much. Mrs. Harsh, there are certain types of films that she don't rarely get on with at all. She rarely doesn't get on with. What was that film? There's one with is it Jake Gyllenhaal? Where he's like, oh, what is it? Source Code. That is the angriest. Like me and Mrs. Hart have been together for years, and that the angriest I've ever seen her is while watching Source Code. If you haven't watched Source Code, watch it. But she was absolutely raging. That was funny. That was funny. I don't like films that confuse me. Yeah, and Source Code. She could not handle that. For those of you who haven't watched it, it's basically they're trying. It's like a soldier goes onto a train, and he's got to stop like a bomb going off on the train. And something will happen, and the train will explode. Then it went back, and it would repeat it, and it would do this over and over again. And then just to throw the spanner in the works, it then turns out that he's basically a soldier who's in a tank because he's basically dead. But he's been sent into this program. She couldn't handle it. I've obviously done a fantastic explanation of it, but she was getting more. The more it went on, the more angry she was getting. That was funny. Brian Harvey, he's finished and sent everyone here. Yeah, he did message me. Yeah, he did message me earlier. As obviously Katie has done her reveal to actually to name. I haven't watched his live. I will watch his live after I've finished this live, and then tomorrow I will come back and talk about what that live was about. And then the idea will be to have Katie on in the new year now. The ending was crazy, yeah. A bit like Total Recall. Now, I haven't dared make her watch Total Recall. I daren't. She would flip her shit, I think. Total Recall. But Merry Christmas, yeah. To anyone who's new coming in, Merry Christmas. Obviously, Merry Christmas to you all. Like I say, I just can't get over the fact that it's this year is gone. It's literally just gone that quick. Why do I have to keep changing the size of that? Mr. Harsh, if you want to get Mr. Harsh out of your hair for a day, turn on Landman. My hubby and kid have been glued to the TV for hours. The silence is priceless. Landman. I don't know what that is. What's that? Turn on Landman. I'll have to have a look at that. I will have to have a look. Vanilla Sky. Vanilla Sky is a brilliant film. Again, that is pretty much in my top 5 films. Very, very good film. Very, very good. If you haven't watched Vanilla Sky, definitely watch Vanilla Sky. Tom Cruise. Brilliant. Very, very good. A bit sad. It is a bit of a sad film. But very, very good. Very, very good. And again, I can't remember. I think Mrs. Harsh has watched that. That wasn't so bad. I don't think she was so bad with that. But Source Code, definitely not a fan. Definitely not a fan. 2 thumbs down, look. 2 thumbs down. How miserable you got to be to thumbs down a video at Christmas? Come on here, just to have a bit of a chat together for Christmas, and people are thumbs down. Get a fucking life. See, I want to see that. That, Tenet, is it? Tenet? I do want to see that. I can't stand Tom Cruise. See, there's certain Tom Cruise films I can't watch. Like, I can't watch Maverick. I won't be watching that. I've not watched any of the Mission Impossible films. Can't watch them. Yeah, can't watch it. What was the other one? He done one... Oh, can't remember. He's done a lot of films. We watched the, what do you call it the other night? If you're into your Christmas films, a New York Winter's Tale. That was good with Colin Farrell. That's a brilliant film for a Christmas film. If you haven't watched it, watch it. Yeah, I would say if you haven't seen the live with Brian Harvey and Katie, I would definitely go and check that out after you've been here. Just go and catch up, because again tomorrow I will be going over it. Yeah, I did touch on this, Tracy. The mic is being changed because I can't. This is this mic, even though it's a decent mic, it runs very quiet. And when I'm on a live, I can't change it. I can't change the volume. The Brian Harvey is beginning to get the Christmas feeling, I think. Yeah, he's been good. It's nice to see him smile and be happy. It's been a bit chirpy. I've spoken to him a couple of times today, 2 or 3 times today. Dawn Scott, happy Christmas. Happy Christmas to you too, you filthy animal. Christmas Day is Die Hard Day. Now, as you see, Lee, I tell Mrs. Harsh that Die Hard is indeed a Christmas film. She's not having anything to do with that. Pat Lanks, thank you very much. Yeah, you taught me about dark empaths, not looked back since. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, I remember we done a live about it, didn't we? That was going back a lot. That was going back a while, Pat. That was going back a while. Harry Potter. Yeah, we literally had to watch them constantly. Literally watch them back to back, one after the other. They weren't too bad. Please smash the like for a great Christmas. Yeah, smash that like. Mind you, we ain't doing too bad. 207 likes, 369 in. I knew that would be a little bit quieter, what we've sort of not really got a specific topic. We're not really talking about a lot. This is more just about a Christmas chat. Need to start doing the mental health lives again. I will. In the new year, we are going to start doing it and doing it regularly. When I say regularly, I just mean we're going to have a fixed time and do it. When I swap over to completely live format, which I am, again, for those of you who haven't been in since the beginning, the idea will be in the new year everything will be live. Complete live. It's not going to be just long lives, though. Don't worry. It's not going to be that everything's going to be... what do you call it? It's not just going to be long videos. It's going to be like 8-minute lives or 20-minute lives, whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be short lives, and then we'll do a Wednesday live and a Sunday live where we go the long. Brian Harvey had 2K in his chat tonight. It must have been a good one because Kate was on it. Yeah, I don't think he had chat on though, did he? When I tried to look on there was no chat. Yeah, there was no chat, I don't think. Brian Harvey's live just ended, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Brian comes into chat. I wouldn't be surprised. If he does and he wants to jump up, I'll let him come up. We'll give it sort of 10. What are we? I'll give it another 12 minutes. We'll go for an hour, and then we will wish everyone a happy birthday and call it a night. No chat on that. Yeah, I didn't think he did. Like I say, he might reach out if he wants to talk about it. If we want to do it, we'll do something. We've obviously got tomorrow. I'm not going to be doing any videos on Christmas Day. That is the plan, to not do anything on Christmas Day or Boxing Day. That is the plan. Pixie is off. Night family. Night Pixie. Thank you very much for joining us. Come on, Brian, don't go to bed yet, mate. You're young. He love a nap, he do, boy. He does love to have an early night, Brian does. He messaged me, was it yesterday? We did the live yesterday afternoon. He's like, can we do it a bit earlier? He's like, I go to bed at about 10. Boxing Day. Yeah, like us. No, hold on. What did I say? I'll do videos tomorrow, but not Christmas Day or Boxing Day. Don't think I'm going to do anything Christmas Day or Boxing Day. Not a Christmas film, Harsh. What? Die Hard. Die Hard is a Christmas film. Are y'all in a boxing match? What's that? I can't work out what's going on in chat. I'm trying to keep an eye out. Boxing Day. Do you not call it Yeah, see, the day after Christmas Day is Boxing Day, which comes from an old tradition. What time is it here? It is now 11:30. 11:30 in the evening. 11:32. Yeah, so we have Christmas Day. And then we have Boxing Day, which Boxing Day comes from a tradition that was when the wealthy, the real wealthy people who had like housekeepers, house staff, on the day after Christmas, what they would do, the rich wealthy people who owned the house would put stuff that was not wanted into a box and give it to the servants of the house. So that was a long tradition called Boxing Day. Yeah, so you get rid of your Christmas trash Boxing Day. Basically, you could say, yeah, that is what it is. It is the rich and wealthy giving the stuff that was unwanted on Christmas Day to their house staff the day after Christmas. So that's where Boxing Day comes from. Now, there is a tradition in the UK where parents try to tell their kids that Boxing Day is about putting all of their presents back in a box and hiding them away so they spend time with the family. That goes down like a lead balloon. Lisa Marie, well, my 9-year-old birthday is your tomorrow, my today. I need to go back more platters and put up balloons, or I'll be living on Grace and Red Bull today. Good luck with that, Lisa. Good luck with that, and happy birthday to your 9-year-old. Home Alone is a nice family film, yeah. It is. We do watch that. We do watch Home Alone. The first two. So the biggest question is, what is better, Home Alone 1 or Home Alone 2? See, I think that Home Alone 2 is better than Home Alone 1. Which, to be fair, there's not many films where the second film is better than the first film. Very, very few where the sequel is better. Godfather, definitely. How does Santa like his pizza deep, crisp and even? Hi, Harsh from Dublin. Hello, Karen. Hello, Karen. Ken, 2. Yeah, definitely Ken. 2. There's a lot of ones, look. There's a lot of ones. Lee says neither. You've got to look at it from a Christmas perspective. Home Alone 2 is best. 2. Love Home Alone. Lost in New York better. Yeah, second one better. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Toy Story 2 is better. Oh, I don't know. Is it? I don't know. The Christmas Chronicles is a good film. Yeah, that is a good film. We watched that not so. There's some of the stuff what Mrs. Harsh finds, like they'll just be Christmas films on because she's obsessed with putting Christmas films on, and some of them I'm sure are just so old. Like watch one today, had like Danny Glover in it. Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon in a Christmas film. Your missus would love Memento. She'd fucking hate Memento. I wouldn't dare let her watch it. Excellent film, though, Tech. Excellent film. Again, in my top 5. My top 5 would consist of Memento, the aforementioned space film, Vanilla Sky, Training Day. Training Day is also an excellent film. Which is 4. I'll think on it. because it's hard. Probably Aliens is probably number one. Aliens number one. Interstellar number two. Vanilla Sky number three. Memento number four. Yeah, in those order. Aliens is a fantastic film. Jack Frost is a lovely Christmas film. Shawshank Redemption. See, I love Shawshank Redemption. That's in my top 10. But have you been watching? For those of you who watch stuff, have you watched? There's on Apple TV. There's a series called Silo, which has got Tim Robbins from the Shawshank Redemption in, and that is very, very good. If you've got Apple TV, look up Silo and watch that. That is absolutely brilliant. That's what we're watching at the moment, Silo. We're on the second season. They're only like 10 episodes a season. The second season is currently playing. But yes, very, very good. Silo is good. Great film. Good film. Pennywise, his smile. It's a bit like Brian from the Liam Payne fucking saga. They got very. Why was he smiling about it? What was he smiling about so much? What do we got? Shawshank and Seven are two of my favourites. Seven is a fucking brilliant film as well. Seven is a good film. Good shout. See, there's so many good films. There are so many good films. Shawshank Redemption, brilliant film. Seven, brilliant film. Memento is probably my second favourite film, or let's say it would make one of my top 10 list. Example, it would be my number one on the mystery list. Yeah, if you're splitting stuff into what's your favourite type, what's your overall chatter and attention to the Range Rover topic, what's that? Let me have a look. From Moto Man MX, what's your take on all the chatter and attention to the Range Rover topic, and has an alien race taken control of the United States? I'm not sure about the Range Rover topic. See, I have a Range Rover, so I don't know. Has the US been taken over by an alien race? I'd say not yet. Not yet, but will the world be taken over by an alien race? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. But thank you very much for the super sticker. Be more specific. The range... I don't watch a lot of news. I don't watch... What's Silo about? Silo is about, like, a load of people who are living in silos under the ground. Under the ground. It's hard to say what it's about. It's hard, but it's like the world is screwed. It's a bit like, I suppose, living it like Fallout, that kind of thing. But it's the people who imagine if you've seen Fallout. Imagine Fallout, but the people who are living under the ground in the bunkers. But it's good. I'm trying to see whether someone has seen it. Mars Attacks, that's good. Green Mile is a good film, really good film. Green Mile's an excellent film, isn't it? Merry Christmas to your family. May God bless you. Thank you very much, Cheryl Cat. Thank you. The best thing to do with is find. I think even if you Google Silo trailer on YouTube, you'll see it. It's good. It's good. Psychological thrillers helping your brain work harder than your adrenaline. The Crow, Brandon. Forgot about this film. To be fair, that is a fucking good shout, Pat. The Crow, Brandon Lee. Actually, probably one of the best films ever made. Brandon Lee was actually killed during the making of that film. In fact, I think it was Vincent Perez who they got in to stand in as a body double to finish it. Michael Massey was it Michael Massey who shot Brandon Lee by accident? Yeah, what's the Range Rover topic about? Quick summary. Good shout, Liz. That's what I wanted to know. Range Rover topic. The Range Rover topic, Moto Man MX. He will tell us. He will tell us. Night all got to go. It's past my bedtime. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Annie. Like I say, I will be doing videos tomorrow, but then that's me done until the day after Boxing Day. The idea will be not to do videos on Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Kaylee's Range Rover is back in the YouTube news. Is it? I haven't seen it. I've not seen it. I'll have a look. I love 24. Let me have a look and see what I say. Kaylee. When you say the news, do you mean the YouTube news? Let's have a look. Da 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 da. There's nothing coming up. 2016 Range Rover Evoque. Don't buy a fucking Evoque. That would be my topic. Don't buy an Evoque. Nothing new. Now new. I've just looked. There's nothing new that I can see, so I don't know. You have a rest, harsh, and enjoy. Yeah, absolutely. It's been a bit, man. Kaylee's Range Rover. In terms of Kaylee's Range Rover, what do I think? I don't really think anything, mate. I did a video about it. I don't think anything. The Range Rover Evoque, it weren't massively expensive. It's not out of the realms of possibility that she can buy it. Thank you so much, Aunt B. That is very kind of you. Thank you. And I hope you and yours have a fantastic Christmas. I know you've just had some work done to your back, bless you. So I hope that all goes well as well. So if we can have some love for Aunt B, who's been suffering from back issues and had to have some work done on her back. Yes, YouTube news. Yeah, you see, I just don't have any comment about it, mate. I think there's so much shit around the Idaho 4 case that people focus on. Like, there's some creators, and don't get me wrong, we've all got opinions, but there's certain people who are literally just they're hammering the Idaho 4 case still, and some of the information that they're talking about is just fucking completely. It's just. It's got no bearing on it, and they've got to the point now where they're not really making any sense, and they're not really focusing on what needs to be focused on. You know, what really needs to be focused on in terms of the Idaho 4 case is the fact that there seems to be, and I spoke about this recently, a disconnect between Moscow Police Department and the FBI. You know, they're not seemingly just stating that they believe Brian Kohberger was seen at the residence. He was at the residence. It just seems to be a little bit of a disconnect. The things that absolutely places him there, there's issues around them. The car, there's an issue around it. The knife sheath, there's an issue around it. There's just, but people ignore it. Do you know what I mean? They just ignore it, and I just can't work it out. And now we're going down the route of saying that this person and these narcotic empires are all involved and pointing the finger elsewhere. I just think that it's, I don't know. It's just you're too busy. People are too busy focusing on the stuff that is not at this stage. It's not our job, right? It's not our job to, that is the plan, to still go. It's the point is, it's not our job to solve the case, right? It's not our job to say it's not Brian Kohberger, it's this person. So let's do it. Unless you're law enforcement, it ain't your fucking job. It ain't your job to point the finger and say we think that person did it. We'd have an opinion and say, could something have spilled over into it? So you could turn around and say, well, we believe there was a fight on the night. They went to this frat house party, and the rest is history. And perhaps something escalated. And I've even turned around and said, right, I've even turned around and said, I've been in a position before where I've had friends who have violent proclivities because they were under the influence of steroids, for instance. And I have been in a situation where I've had to stop somebody who was taking steroids from killing their brother. And that's straight up. And if I hadn't have been there, that would have probably happened. Thank you very much, Lorna. Thank you. So nice of you. I was just trying to read that at the same time. Just pop back to say Merry Christmas, Harsh. Get you and Mrs. Harsh a selection box. Thank you for all you do. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. She will hold me to that as well, Mrs. Harsh. She'll say, remember, you owe me. You owe me. But, like I say, the be-all and end-all is it ain't our job to solve the fucking case. You know, we can look at what's presented to us and think, what do we think? Do you know what I mean? Do we think this is plausible? Do we think that's plausible? But I think that there's some content creators who have just fucking slipped off the deep end and they've turned into fucking Hercule Poirot and they're like, oh, I need to go down this route and solve the case. And you ain't gonna solve the fucking case. It ain't your job to solve the case. Do you know what I mean? It's our job to look at the information that's out there and see what's credible, what's not, and have an opinion on it. But it's not our job to try and, you know, we just sleuths that don't get paid. I'm not even that. I don't pretend to be a fucking sleuth of any description. I look at the stuff that's out there and give you my opinion on it and try and come at it from a perspective of what I think. You know, I find that, you know, I've got quite a critical mind. You know, I've got a psychology degree. I can look at certain things in certain ways. Do I think that certain things are accurate that's told to us? And I also find that there's so many people who are within the community who don't pay attention. They're handed false information, or they don't read stuff properly, and it's like Chinese fucking whispers. Like Brian Koberger, I still think to myself, yes, you can have an opinion and say, I believe Brian Koberger did the crime, but genuinely, what is the singular piece of information that absolutely puts you in a position to say, I believe he's guilty and he deserves to be executed now? And nobody can do it. You know, and I know that there's people out there who think that he's most probably guilty, but they still won't be able to tell you why they think that. Chris Tenerife keeps saying to me, like you do, I want to interview him. I said to him, I ain't shit, bud. What's that? Let me just read that again. Chris Tenerife keeps saying to me, like you do, I want to interview him. I said to him, I ain't shit, but I have no interest in him whatsoever. Why the fuck would I want to interview him? I genuinely, I've spoken to Chris Tenerife. This is going back to Jay Slater. What's actually going on? Let's have a look. So if I type in Jay Slater now, what is actually happening in that case? Jay Slater. I doubt there's fuck all happening in it. 2 days ago, Ethan Slater, we all need to learn. What the fuck is that? Ethan Slater. That's fuck all to do with Jay Slater, is it? I just had to check that I put in the right name there. Brought up Ariana Grande. That's how much he got forgotten about quick, didn't he? So you can Google Jay Slater and it brings up fucking Ethan Slater and Ariana Grande now. So Jay Slater is fucking forgotten about. Look. Fucking forgotten about. Like, I get it, do you know what I mean? Again, same with the Idaho 4 case. There's certain content creators who exist because that case exists. You know, I was involved in the Jay Slater case. I know I pissed people off in the Jay Slater case because it just got to the point where I just realised and understood that we had fucking been lied to. You know, we had been lied to. I just felt like what happened, the be-all and end-all of the Jay Slater case was a kid who had a shady fucking past, had gone on holiday and fucking died. He was surrounded by a load of lying scumbags. Will probably never get to the bottom of it. They wouldn't know that. None of them would know the fucking truth. It jumped up and bit them on the arse. But the reality is, there's fuck all we can do about it. Nothing we can do about it. But why should we go around the houses trying to push onto the public that we can make a fucking difference when we won't? To interview him like he did to you, but I said to him, I ain't shit, no report or police. I'll get you. So he wants you to interview him. He's fucking bored, mate, is what he is. That's what he is. He's bored. He's got no one to talk to him now. The Jay Slater case is fucking over and done with. You know what I mean? It's done. It's done. It's sad. I'll keep an eye on it and see if anything comes out through the inquest. But it's just not going to go anywhere. I knew it weren't going to go anywhere. Apparently 3 people arrested in connection with Liam and watch has been found. Info Bay. Let's have a look. I'll bring that up. Let's have a look. Info Bay. Decline that shit. I'll bring it up and have a look. Fucking hell. I think this is what me and Brian said, though, isn't it? That they'll bring some people into the fray that we don't even know about. 23rd of December, that article there. Let me just go on to translate. Translate. What are you doing? What's it trying to do? Oh, there it is. It's gone over there. Translation available. What are you doing to me? Translate to English. Translate to English. So that's just come up as the Kate Cassidy stuff. Let's have a look. What does it say? Does it say anything? Kate Cassidy, girlfriend of late singer Liam Payne, shared an emotional tribute on social networks after the tragic death of former Wump. See, this is today's article, 23rd December. Look. 23rd, completely lost. Seeing if there's anything new. Liam Payne's fucking addiction problems. I was a friend who loved him very much, who helped him selflessly. Fuck off, Roger, you twat. Fucking helped him selflessly. He's full of shit, that man. Let's have a look. Liam Payne. They investigate to 23rd. So here we go. Look, December 24th. What? The history. Tuesday. What's the time? 2023. So are they ahead? I wasn't surprised by, let's say, psychologist or an expert in the music says. Tuesday, December 24th. Weird. They investigate the disappearance of Liam Payne's luxury watch. So the police are investigating the possible theft of Liam Payne's Rolex watch. Died at the Casa Sur. Buenos Aires police are investigating the disappearance of a luxury watch from the Rolex brand, which was used by British musician Liam Payne. We know from images that were analysed that Payne on the day of his death was wearing a Rolex carried in one of his hands and had it at least 2 or 3 hours before. Let's have a look. Charged 3 people in relation to the death. Yeah, I don't think they've found the watch by the look of it. It doesn't look like Info Bay is saying that it's been found. I'll come off Info Bay and see whether Liam Payne watch found. Liam Payne watch found. Let's have a look. Police returned to Liam Payne's hotel in search of watch. That was on the 13th of November, 2nd of December. There's nothing I can find. It's the 24th, me too, already harsh. I'm from the future. Don't be scared. I always like it when people from the future come, because they can tell me how shit tomorrow's going to be. They can tell me how shit fucking tomorrow's going to be. So I know whether to partake in it or not. Anyway, look, what we've been doing. We've been going for an hour and 14 minutes. I just want to share some time. I will be doing videos tomorrow, but again, Christmas Day and the following day, probably not. Holly Berry, thank you very much. That is very kind of you. Let me just pin that so I can read it. Happy Christmas, Harsh and family. Wishing you a blessed new year. I think the issue is U of I as another UNC Chapel Hill are desperate to keep it hidden. Don't think the victims involved think it was feared. They knew too much. See, it's always made me uncomfortable, the fact that the college was involved. You know, the University of Idaho was always involved. They took control. The reality is that house never had to come down. 1122 King Road didn't have to come down. Didn't have to be knocked down at all. The fact that it comes down, it's problematic to me. I wonder why. Why did they take it down? You know, when you look at the expenditure on mental health or counselling around the Idaho 4, they didn't need it. Nobody took them up on it. Getting rid of that. My head is melting. My head is melting. Yeah. Dope, she was answering Ken because he said twat means and just answering the meaning. I wish Liam Payne was still alive so he could tell us what happened. Yeah, it would be good. The world is a messed up place. The world is a messed up place. Peace, dude. Have a good one. Have a good Christmas, Tales of Life. I think Tales of Life is going. Is he going? Have you seen Liam's video when he and Kate were on a holiday in Greece? It was so coded. He was asking for help. Strange video I've seen. So this is the one where he was kind of trying to allude to the fact that he didn't want to do stuff and they are making him do it. Is that fire on your ear? No, it's in the background. And that's LED. The fire is LED. Like, a load of people saying, how hot is it? Like, I'll wear a hoodie, and people will be like, he's wearing a hoodie and he's got a fucking fire on. That is a wall-mounted LED fire. Liam's watch is still missing, yeah. Like I say, I didn't think it had been found. Didn't think it. Yeah, I just needed to cut my hair. I needed to get it cut. Needed to get it cut. Like, a lot of people kept saying to me they think that I'm bald anyway. Copy, I just saw mean names directed at Ken, so I removed it. Keep your head bald. Yes, that hat was burning my head. Proper burning my head. But anyway, what do we say? So we say we'll give it 5 minutes. Some questions, like Mrs. Harsh is in the chat, look. So what questions have we got for Mrs. Harsh? Mrs. Harsh, if you've got any questions that you want to ask Mrs. Harsh while she's here, ask her. I can keep an eye on what she's saying. But this is what we're going to say, you see. Liam said that he thought he might end up on Forensic Files. Yeah. That don't even surprise me. Look at Brian Harvey. Look at the shit that Brian Harvey went through, do you know what I mean? Like, there's people who think Brian Harvey's fucking nuts. But you think to yourself, what has Brian Harvey ever said that he ain't been able to fucking back up with proof and documentation? 100k subs and Harsh dies his bed. No, I said I'll do I'll have a onesie again. Was it 50,000 subscribers I had a onesie? I think I did. I think was it a unicorn onesie? I can't even remember. Family and all in the community cat. Really late, so listening in background, making dinner. Better late than never, mate. Does Mrs. Harsh get nervous about the cases you cover? I don't think she really... Mrs. Harsh is quite a sensitive person. Mrs. Harsh is quite sensitive, so she'd prefer not to know about them. So I don't really talk to her about them. Put the hat back on. It's like bad hair day. Slick back. No, it's all cut. It's gone. It's gone. I can put this on. Where is it? It's down here. This one, look. Put that one on. That ain't so bad. That ain't so bad. Ugh. That ain't so bad. That furry fucking Santa hat's mental. Has Harsh got any bad habits? And you've got to answer them honestly, Mrs. Harsh. Do I have any bad habits? Your haircut looks great. Thank you, Susan. Unlike fucking Dope, saying it fucking scared her. Mrs. Harsh isn't here. Well, she's in the house. She just ain't nowhere near me. She is going to do a live. Do not worry. Over this Christmas and New Year period, Mrs. Harsh will do a live. At the moment, she is full of flu and she's coughing. Hence why she's not even in the room. Yeah, she's not even, because the plan was she was gonna do a live. Then because she had a cough, she was gonna be in the same room and I could interact with her. But then her cough got so bad, I've had to make her live in the shed. I'm joking. There'll be people who think I'm being honest. Dope. I looked up chat. Apart from no filter at the worst of time, is actually pretty good. Yeah, see? Not too bad. You make me want to shave my long hair off now, Harsh. Harsh, you really are making a difference to the world. Never stop. Thank you very much, Nicola. Brian Harvey is way too close to the actual truth. I don't like it. Panic is setting in. I think the shit's going to hit the fan with this stuff, what's just been brought out on his channel. What else? No filter. I genuinely don't have no filter. I'm really bad. Any other questions for Mrs. Harshlet? Well, you've got a Ren more of a Norfolk accent. I am in Norfolk. We are in Norfolk. More. What did Ren say? I didn't see that. Kiana. I thought it said fucking Klarna. I did. Klarna. I didn't see it. What else is there? Finally subscribed. Hello, Jaina. I can't even say your surname. Does Harsh get mad when I argue Idaho for them? No, I don't. I don't really get mad. If I'm brutally honest, I don't really get mad. She'll tell you though. Does Harsh get mad when I argue? Truth's out now. Come on. You got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to ask Mrs. Harsh any question you want. Norfolk is awfully flat. Yeah, it is pretty. It is pretty much. It is pretty flat. Klarna, she watching you in 3 parts. I like it. But moans a lot. I do moan a lot. That's because, like I was saying at the beginning of this live, I think people don't quite understand. Like, I'll do an 8-minute video and the fuckers took me 3 hours. I'm just lucky that I can take it. What am I drinking? I'm drinking, what did I say it was? I'm drinking, Morgan Spice Rum. Morgan Spice Rum. I'll have one more little one. Morgan Spice Rum. Yeah, it does piss me off. It's just hard. I think I just need to I need to do more, but it take me less time, and that's the idea of the lives. I'm in Norfolk too. Dawn is in Norfolk too. Please look into Scallop Mine. Oh, the stuff what Liam Payne was in. I've looked into that. I will talk about it. Ken, being honest, he doesn't really annoy me apart from his snoring. She'll tell you, mate. She'll tell you. We have literally we have never argued. Me and Mrs. Harsh have never had an argument. Never argued. Like I say, I'll have a fucking moan. Like, Mrs. Harsh don't even moan. She don't moan about anything. Not to me, anyway. I have to admit, you have the weirdest accent I've ever heard, and I'm used to hearing the Doncaster accent, so go figure. Can we roll them out the bed for that shit? Oh no, Mrs. Harsh, one of the worst traits too, to be fair. Love the Norfolk coast. Yeah, see, we live close. My nan, she literally lives right on the coast. She's got a house like 2 minutes from the beach. Heacham Beach. I only like eggnog with cap of Morgan Spice rum. Yeah, I think that's what that is. Morgan Spice rum. Is that because you don't talk to each other? No, like I say, we talk to each other. We talk to each other. We don't have any talking issues. How many kids do you have, Harsh? How many biological children? I have 2, and Mrs. Harsh has 3. So between us, we have 5. We get the odd Jehovah's Witnesses or cold callers, and he shouts at them to read the no call caller sign and then fuck off. Well, happily ever after does exist. Abso-fucking-lutely. I tried to roll my husband out of the bed because he won't stop snoring and sleeps for anything. I switch off when he's having a moment. Which I know she fucking does as well. Like I say, I will have a moan, and I know, that's the funny thing, I know that she's but to be fair, and she's a sod for this, she don't listen to me when I'm not fucking moaning. That's why we don't ever argue, because she never fucking listens anyway. We don't get much of that, but Harsh, well, what's that? Bye, Harsh, Merry Christmas. Sharp, hooray. Good night. Merry Christmas, my friend. Good night. He wears a cap like Harsh. They could be twins, honestly. Why was that? We get the odd Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, see, we don't get nothing like that. Don't really get nothing like that. But I would entertain them anyway. If people come around, I'd speak to them. And then I'd give the documentation all to Mrs. Harsh. Sorry, sent that before I finished typing. Most women do. I just tune it out. Let me know when you're done whining. It's fucking lovely, isn't it? I hope there's some males in here that are seeing this shit. You know what I mean? But the flip side of that coin is, when you want to have a moan and you want to have a rant, you would want us to be fucking tuned in. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. You would want and expect us to be tuned in and remember it. But when we're talking, you don't want to listen. You don't want to hear it. Women can fucking remember stuff from like fucking 10 years ago if it's like something that they want to go, can you remember? Can you remember when you said this? But can't fucking remember yesterday if it's something that we want to bring up. Fucking right. Absolutely can. It's owning him when we go off, no offence. Now, don't say no offence. Don't soften it, Ken, because it is what it is, mate. They don't listen. They don't listen. This is our Cheryl. I was a fan as a kid. What's that? Cheryl. What does Mrs. Harsham think of Brian? What, Brian Koberger? I don't know what she's on about. What's Mrs. Harsh? Cheryl, I was a fan as a kid. What, you was a fan of Brian Koberger? I think she was on, you are just as bad. I tell you something, you forget 10 minutes. Fuck off. I don't forget anything. I don't forget anything. What's she talking about? What do I forget? I'm not as bad as you. Your memory is terrible. You're starting to pick on me now. Give me something that I've forgotten about. Tell me something that I've forgotten about. How many roast potatoes is Harsh eating Christmas Day? As many that will fit on the fucking plate. As many that will fit on the plate. I went to see E17 in concert. Oh, Brian Harvey. I thought she meant Brian fucking Koberger. It's like what I said the other day. I've been spending 2 years writing Brian Koberger. I can't fucking get it out of my head. Brian Koberger. You see, Brian Harvey is very, very similar to a very good friend of mine. They are very, very similar. It's called selective hearing. That's what ladies have. Brian Harvey and Kate Wessel, what an interview. I will look at it, and like I say, I will talk about it. It might be that I speak to Brian tomorrow. He might want to come on and have a chat. We'll see. Apparently the Sprouts have been on steroids this year. I fucking hate Sprouts. I genuinely hate Sprouts. Yes, Piney. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Mrs. Harsh, just wait for it. He'll blame it on ADHD in a minute. My ex did that all the time. Listen, I don't blame anything. What's Mr. R say? He's 17, yeah. It's nothing to do with that. What's he say? I'm trying to go back through Anyway, look, we've been going for an hour and a half. We could be talking like this all night. We could be talking about this all night. We need all three on there, Harsh, Brian and Kate. Like I say, we might do something. I'll speak to Brian tomorrow and we'll see what we're going to do. If you could ban one phrase he always says on camera, what would it be? Mrs. Harsh would stop me swearing. If Mrs. Harsh could do anything, it would be to stop me swearing. But that's... No, he's got a useless memory. Have I got a useless memory? I genuinely don't. See, I think she's trying to wind me up. He's going to shut it down so no more secrets come out. She's saying I've got a useless memory. That's not a secret. I'm now intrigued to see what else she'll say. She'll be up there fucking in hysterics. That's what will happen. She's going to be absolutely buzzing. I'm just waiting to see what else she says. No, he's got a useless memory. Got a useless memory. If we want to start saying stuff, I'll start talking about your parking. In fact, you're lucky that I don't have pictures of your parking on my computer. I don't think I would ban anything. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I am funny. She's just saying that now because I said about uploading pictures of her parking. If you're a female in the chat, how good is your parking? That's a big drink, Heart. Chin chin. Yeah, nah, it's not too bad. That's quite small. That one's a big drink. If I was drinking it, it's fucking neat out of that. Well, did you forget what you were saying mid-sentence earlier, Mr. Harsh? Probably. I do that a lot, but that's because I don't script anything. None of my videos are scripted, and they're all done in one take. So sometimes I'll start talking about something, especially in lives, and my brain's all over the place. So I'm thinking about 50 things at once. It's not about having a bad... Yes, my parking is pretty bad. Mrs. Harsh, loveliest person you'll ever meet until she's fucking driving, and then she'll kill you if you get in the way. She's the angriest driver right now. And she thinks she's fucking Ayrton Senna. That's the reason why we have a fucking Range Rover. Just so she can bully people. There's more abandon the car. Yeah, it definitely is. Your parking's got better. It's definitely got better. Merry Christmas, Sean and family. Is that how you spell your name? No. S-H-A-U-N. That's it, Debbie. You know. Parking a big car isn't the easiest. Our car has got reversing cameras. It's got a reversing camera and it's got sensors all around it. So you still can't park it. But it has got better. It hasn't got better. Women's insurance is cheaper because they're not in the accidents. They just cause them. Fucking drive it like you stole it. Fuck, that's a throwback to the past. That phrase, dope. Drive it like you stole it. And what was the other one? Lower than your nan's tits. We love Leos, but have a temper. I am an Aquarius, Aquarius. What's the time? It's fucking 20 past 12. 20 past 12 was Christmas Eve. It's officially Christmas Eve. Officially Christmas Eve. And with that note, I'm going to wrap up. Anyone else got anything else they want to say before we go? I'm going to say Merry Christmas to everyone, just in case there's people who I don't see between now and the day after Boxing Day. Because, like I say, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, I'm probably not going to do any videos. Unless something mental happens. Unless something completely off the chain mental happens that's got to be spoken about, I ain't doing anything. That's the plan. That might change. We've got Sienna here tomorrow, which that could be different. It could throw a spanner in the works. Who knows? Because she might want to sing to you for Christmas or something. But it was nice catching up with you. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has supported the channel throughout 2024. You know, we're going into our 3rd year of being on the platform. You know, I know there's people who, from a Christmas perspective, they're perhaps not got family and that around them. If you are someone who needs to have a chat, have a reach out, my email is in the description of every video I upload. Send me an email. I will happily have a chat with you and have a, you know, do something. If there is enough people who are completely on their own on Christmas Day, then we might do something as just a little thing for them. But the plan is not to do anything. But again, thank you very much for everyone who supported the channel throughout 2024. A lot of change is going to happen in 2025, but in terms of the content, there's just going to be more content, but done easier and more interaction with the community. I don't have anybody do it for me. If you get a message, if you get an email, it is me, and there you go. It's that's just the way it is, and that's the way I want it to be. If you're spending your time here and dedicating your time and effort into the channel, then I want to dedicate it back. But yeah, we're good. We've got a good community here. We've got a really good community, and you know, it's you know, it's took us how long? It's took us 3 years to get here, but we do have a very good community. So I wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas, a prosperous 2025. Let's hope that 2025 is not quite as dark and miserable as 2024, because it was a bit of a miserable one. But yeah, do you know what I mean? Harshly made me see sense. The one time I did need your chat. You're a pal, don't change, mate. There you go, Ken. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. And like I said to you, you know, if you ever need to reach out, my friend, you can, and you have. We've spoken off the platform, and I say it to anyone. If you've got something that you want to get off your chest, if you want to have a chat, reach out. I might not message back immediately, but I will message back. But you know, I'm number 1,742 sub to this channel. I'm proud of it. Thank you very much, Aunt B. You are part of the family. You are part of the family. How long have we been together? Is it nearly 8 years, I think? Nearly 8 years? I have a guy that is a UFO king. We'll have to do that. In the new year, we'll talk more about UFOs and stuff as well. I do want to do more stuff. A wider array of things. Not just the dark and dismal. But anyway. Again, have a fantastic Christmas. You amazing, amazing people. Keep your eyes peeled for tomorrow, because there'll be things happening tomorrow. I don't know what yet, but there will be things happening. But so keep your eyes peeled. Have a fantastic rest of your day, or a day if you're in the future and you're now starting it. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year. For those of you who I don't see until later. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Mwah.